there, family. We're back this evening for another fall soup, y'all. I got that out. Okay, tonight we're making a chicken tortellini soup. We've had chili, and we've had a creamy, delicious potato dumpling soup with ham. And tonight we're going to do something that's a little bit more lighter. It's a clear liquid soup. Something that's good for the belly with just a few ingredients. And we're going to put some cheese tortellini in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my ingredients so you guys can see what we've got. We're going to put a half a stick of butter or margarine. And I'm going to turn this on saute. Saute, where are you? There you is. Okay. Then I have about a cup of celery. And then I have about a cup of baby carrots. A cup of green onion. And basically it's a whole green onion. About 2 large stalks of that. And, you know, that is what it is. I have some chicken tenders. Chicken breast tenders. It's going to go in there. I have about a tablespoon of salt. In this, you can't see that it's under there, but there's a teaspoon of cumin. And I love to add sage to any of my chicken soups. It just adds something. It's just something in there. So I put about a teaspoon. So it looks like it's a tablespoon, but there's another seasoning underneath it. And then I have maybe about a teaspoon of seasoning salt. And then I have a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And I may add a little bit more Italian seasoning at the end because I really want that to be what punches just in the face. And with this soup, you would serve maybe a salad. I'm going to cut this up and we're going to have some garlic bread with it tonight. So we're having soup, salad, and garlic bread. So it's going to be absolutely delicious. And now I got to find my IKEA spoon. I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's move you guys over here. And we're doing this in the Instapot tonight. And I do have some more Yukon Gold potatoes. And I'm going to be making something else with those later on that we might share with you guys. I love to share my recipes with you guys. So let's get you guys over here where you can see inside this Instapot. There you go. Alright, so we've got our Instapot on saute. We've got our half a stick of butter in there. Or margarine. Also, I didn't show that we're going to put some fresh spinach that I've washed here. I'm going to leave the stems on. And I've got some chicken broth, and it's going to be delicious in this. So we're going to get this butter going. And so once it does, I want to add all of these seasonings in here like I did last night. Like you saw me do yesterday with the potato soup. To me, there's just something about coating everything in some deliciousness. Now we are going to pressure cook this. So I'm going to go ahead and add the salt in there. The cumin and the sage. This living room. Like I'm in my living room. This kitchen is about to smell delicious. And then that teaspoon of that Italian seasoning. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, so we're about right there. So we're going to add in our chicken. And I don't worry about cutting anything off of them. I just let it cook in there. If you want to cut the tendons off, you're welcome to do that. I don't worry about it. And Grandpa Harold just walked through the door. On Wednesdays, I get home just a little earlier than he does. So we're going to put our carrots in there. We're going to put our celery and our onion in there. So let's give that a stir. And we're not going to let things saute tonight. We just wanted to kind of get those flavors going in there. But I do kind of want to mix this up. To get all of those seasonings there. I just had the saute on really to melt the butter. So let's get that done. I think you can see that seasoning all over there. So let's go in here and add my, this is a 32 ounces of chicken stock, and I'm basically going to add all of it. Add the whole kit and caboodle. Nothing says chicken tortellini soup like some good chicken broth. Now, later on, if I need to add some water, I'm going to save this box where I can add water to it. But as of right now, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to get my lid on here. Now let's close it. Make sure that our little thing back here. I'm doing this for Pat. Our friend Pat, whoop, 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 whoop. I'm trying to drop stuff because I want her to know this is safe to use. You put that there. I have it closed. And so now we're just going to put it on pressure cook. And I'm going to set the time for 10 minutes. Okay? Now that's all we got to do. And then whenever it's done and it comes back, we're going to open it up, and I'll meet you guys back here in the kitchen. And we're going to make some chicken tortellini soup. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and this is about ready to beep, and then we're going to grab a towel and we're going to depressurize this thing, and we're going to see how good our stuff cooked in there and how much longer we've got. And I'm probably going to have to pull the chicken and shred it, put it back in there. Something else I forgot to show you guys because I didn't have it pulled out, but this is my homemade salsa, and so we're going to add probably about, we'll measure it so I can give you guys a measurement. This has bell pepper and it has that good seasoning. We may put a half a cup in there. Okay? But we're getting ready to beat. Look at that beautiful salsa in there. That's gorgeous. That's why I leave my salsa hunky, because I use it for everything. Everything. I add it to spaghetti. I add it to Italian dinners. So we are about ready to, whoop, beep, beep, beep. So let me get a towel. Let me turn you guys towards it because, like I said, I've got a couple of people who have been scared to use this. And I want to show you it's really simple. Okay, you have this little valve here. I'm gonna lay a towel on top of it, and I'm gonna release it, and I'm just gonna leave that towel there. And then when it comes to pressure, it will. There's a little pin in there. I should have showed you before because that's hot. There's a little pin in there. It's up right now, and it will drop down. Then you know it's safe to open this lid. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really believe you can open this lid until the pressure has been released. So, I'm going to go ahead and measure out this salsa. Getting these canning lids off. You always know that's a good sound when you hear that. So, let's measure out a half a cup of salsa. There we go. Let's put that over there, and we're going to see. I've got to get a jar lid out now because she's ready to go in the refrigerator. And as soon as you hear that pin drop, you got to be very careful. That steam is very hot. It hasn't dropped yet, but it will. Usually takes a couple of minutes for it to go down. It's not that hard. So I hope you guys have had a beautiful day, because I have had a day. And this was one of my short days at work. Well, I say short. I get off 30 minutes early on Wednesdays. And but it seemed like it was a never-ending day. I looked at the clock. It was 3 o'clock. I looked at the clock. I thought it would be around 4. It was 3:05. It was one of those days. Of course, I have a good, happy job. And I'm blessed to have a good, happy job like I do. So it wasn't that great of a deal. But I was ready to come home and cook this soup. Make a video. I'm in the video making mood this week. And I tell you, it's been a blessing to make these videos for you guys every day. Let's check and see if that pin dropped. It has not. Oh, it just went down. Look at there. There's where the pin is. And it would be up even. And it's gone down. So Now we're going to open it. Some people like to wait a little bit longer. This towel's hot. Let's just do it like that. Give it a minute. Just let me know that the lid's unlocked. We're going to take that off, and that steam is cooking. Let me tell you, it's hot. So, now we're going to get in here. We're going to look and see how much we've got to do. Can you guys see? Let's pull you over here a little closer. Tilly's in the kitchen. Tilly's in the kitchen, and she's playing with a toy. So, that's looking delicious. We're going to go ahead and add and pull our chicken out. I was going to add something, but we're going to pull our chicken out real quick. And I have a pizza pan over here. And we're going to improvise. I'm going to shred that chicken on top of this pizza pan. And then we're just going to put it back in there. It look good. Look at it. 10 minutes is perfect. Perfect. And we're just going to shred it. And I like mine kind of chunky, so it doesn't have to be perfectly shredded. You just want to make sure the chicken gets kind of distributed through it so that you don't just get you get that bite of food. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on saute because after I cancel out the pressure cooker, because we're going to need to add that tortellini in there too. So let's get this all pulled out. The vegetables are all tender. Oh, so good, so good. And we'll see if we need to add some more water to it. And I want you to see all of those delicious seasonings and that butter. There's some more chicken. I think there's one more piece. It is. So we've got a good bit. So we're going to, you can see those carrots they're just tender. They're perfect. So we're going to add this cup of salsa to it. And that's just going to give us just enough tomatoey flavor in there. And we're going to go ahead and let's wilt this lettuce. Spinach. Let's get that spinach wilted down in there. And mine comes with a lid. I'm pretty sure everybody's does, but mine comes with a lid. This is the Pioneer Woman. And so we're going to turn it. We've got it sauteing. I'm going to shred this chicken. When this wilts down and we're ready to add the noodles and we're boiling good, I'm going to go ahead and probably add about another 2 cups of liquid in there because I think we're going to need it. But I'll be right back, okay? Okay, we've got a good boil going on here. Our spinach has wilted down into that soup. It's looking delicious. Grandpa Harold's not that crazy about spinach, but if I can make it taste like something else, sometimes he'll eat it. So now we're going to add our chicken. And like you see, I didn't completely shred it. I left it in like little chunks. Because that's the way I like it. But you can do it however you want to. So let's get that added in there. Put this over to the side. I found this tortellini cheese tortellini at Aldi's. And I don't remember how much we gave for it. But it wasn't expensive. I wouldn't have bought it if it was expensive. I would have chosen to do a different kind of soup. Because when I went, I had a budget. And we had to make sure everything fit in that budget. Now this needs to go for about 2 or 3 more minutes. And because that tortellini needs about 3 minutes to cook. Everything is pretty much done. Is that not looking delicious? Let me tell you. Are we knocking out the soups this week? I think we are. We have hit a home run every night. We did a chili. I think tomorrow night I'm going to do my cabbage beef soup. And then on the next day, I think I'm going to do a white chili. And I think we're going to call that it because I think that I have showed you everything. Every base of soup there is. We've had a creamy soup. Once you know how to make a creamy soup, you can do anything with that because you could do a seafood clam chowder, anything like that. I don't eat seafood. I eat fish. But that would be something that you could do with that potato soup that I made last night. Chili is versatile. You can make it beanless, meat, any kind of meat you want in it. This right here can change up too. You could do pieces of beef in there. Add you a couple of beef bouillon cubes in there. Or use beef broth. Or you can make this completely vegetarian and not put the chicken in there. And, you know, it's versatile. You can do whatever you want to it. If you wanted to put tofu in there, I'm not going to. But if you guys want to put some tofu in there, you can. So, but this wasn't very, very expensive. So let me tell you what we've got in here. We've got 6 chicken tenders, boneless, white, skinless chicken tenders. We've got a cup of red onion, a cup of baby carrots, a cup of celery, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of sage, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and a teaspoon of salt, because that broth is going to have a lot of salt in it. And I'm going to come back in just a second and I'm going to add some cracked pepper. If I can find my cracked pepper. And we're going to hit it with some cracked pepper on the top. And then I added about a half a cup of salsa to it, which you could add a half a cup of crushed tomatoes, a half a cup of the Italian flavored tomatoes. It's whatever you like. So I'm going to cover this up and we're going to let this go for 2 minutes. Because we've already let it sit in there for a while. Alrighty. Okay, family, let's see what this soup's looking like. That is looking delicious. Look at that. All of that deliciousness in there. That is just gorgeous. Okay. So we are going to put this in a bowl. Got me a bowl here. Look at that. Look at that. And it's hot, y'all. It's hot. So let's go ahead and give us another scoopful of that. And you can hit this with some Parmesan cheese. Or you can just have it like that. Because remember, the tortellinis are going to have cheese inside of them. And so let me turn you guys around. Let's get this cut off. I'm going to get Grandpa Harold some put up in a bowl. Because if I don't get it in a bowl and it's too hot, he don't care for it too much. I'm going to try to not give him so much spinach because he doesn't care for it. There we go. And that's going to be his. Okay, so let's pull this over here and I'm going to leave the lid off of it. I'm going to raise you guys up. How y'all doing, family? Third night of soup. This one didn't have a lot of detail in it, so it took me, so I don't have a lot of video for fixing. This is what we're having for dinner. We're having a salad and garlic bread and our soup tonight. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, so let's get a little bite of this soup. Let me get some. I don't think I'm going to be able to get spinach. Now, if you don't want to put your spinach in there whole, you can chop it. I don't mind it. Makes it easier for him to pick out. That is good. That's a good light soup compared to what we had last night. And I believe that broth perfectly salty. You can taste the Italian seasoning. You can taste everything that's in there. It's wonderful. I hope you guys enjoyed making this with me. I will be in the kitchen tomorrow night. We've got a couple more days of this soup series. Then I'm going to come up with something else to do a series later on, a couple of weeks from now. Take me just a little time off. I'll still be putting out videos. I just won't be doing them every day. So I'm going to go eat supper because I'm hungry. And like I said, it's been a long day. But God bless you guys. Love you. Until next time, I'm Grammie Nae Nae.